Hi, Cilvia.
Hi,
It's
Edwina.
it's great to be with you today.
Same. Thank you.
So, not only do I love your work, especially this book in particular right now,
Mhm.
but I think that the timing is critical. And I think that our kids are really in a position where all of our kids and adults, frankly, are in a position where everyone is, a lot of people are not feeling great about themselves and they give up the power of their own words to someone else. So if
Mhm.
someone says to me, "You're an idiot," I allow that to influence my thinking and it stays in my consciousness. And what I think I love about affirmations in your work is that, and you were talking about this, and I agree with you 100%, it's shifting that consciousness
Mhm.
from something so negative, that self-talk, that thing that we stick plays over and over again in our head, to something positive, like, I am smart.
Right.
I am ready to learn. I am, I am wonderful. Whatever those things are, to shift that consciousness.
Mhm.
And I appreciate so much that you've done this in a 21-day pattern and that you have added the literacy piece to it where the kids are actually writing.
Yes.
So I know you said you chose that because your son was young and learning to write. But
Correct.
I've also heard over and over again that when we write things, when we write, put pen to paper
Correct.
ourselves, that we
Correct.
we do absorb those thoughts and energies and ideas very much.
Correct.
So
Ab-
it reminds me of, the old movies when on the blackboard they would have to write, "I am sorry" 100 times, which is an affirmation,
Right.
I guess.
Right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Can you talk just a tiny little bit more about Black history? Because I think that is the piece of it, the part that you explained to me quite a long time ago when we first met, about how enslaved children were spoken of disparagingly by the people that loved them the most, and
Mhm.
how heartbreaking that is, but how that legacy has, you talked about how people don't really know how to change that
Mhm.
culture. And
Mhm.
again, I think it's not just specific to the enslaved children, but I mean, we do have a lot of this going on in cultures all over the world.
Mhm. Mhm.
So can you talk a little bit more about that and how that sparked you to write this book? Oh,
Yeah.
you were researching?
So I was able to attend seminars and workshops. Joy DeGruy, I believe, Dr. Joy DeGruy is her name. She's referenced in the book because those are the seminars that I was going through at that time. And there's a book that she wrote called Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. And it's there where she talked about, again, that mental, those disparaging things that were spoken into us, in an effort to save us, right? In an effort to keep us safe, but not being able to come out of it. And no one had ever talked about that as a child. With me growing up, we're just like, we came out of slavery. We don't have to pick cotton anymore. We're still fighting for equity, to be able to have the same access to that of our, white brothers and sisters, but no one talked about the language that we speak, right? In reference to ourselves. No one, just pull yourselves up by your bootstraps and keep it moving, and know that you don't, you're not, your ancestors are not in slavery anymore, so just get over it, type of mentality. But that's trauma. That is absolute trauma. What is it called? PTSD, right? So in with this being Black History Month, I think it is important to highlight that, because it's not something that I ever experienced being highlighted in school for me, or within my home. It wasn't until I wrote this book, or what, I think it was in 2015 or 2014, again attending those workshops, that I was able to be enlightened by the detriment that has happened. And now how do we move into the direction of healing? And so the book was written from a place of let's heal our children. Let's develop our children. And let's develop them without necessarily knowing or letting them know this is a healing tool as well. I've always been a fan of self-help books. And so I don't think it's ironic that I ended up writing what I would consider to be self-help. But again, I just think it's important that we acknowledge something that, again, is not readily talked about.
It's really interesting and fascinating, and it's critical work. And I will also say that just we work with a lot of parents and teachers, and there are a lot of parents out there, in all different cultures, who somehow think that by saying you're lazy, you'll never amount to anything, that's some motivational thing and it occasionally can be. There are kids that will say, I will prove you wrong, and I will go out and set the world on fire. But at the same time, I remember a pediatrician when my kids were little saying, your kids believe you when you tell them something. And we speak so freely and don't think always about how powerful our words are. And the words are really powerful. And I love that in your book, you have not just like, I am smart, I am beautiful, especially for women and girls. I have to tell you, the I am beautiful is a really important thing, because there's a lot of negative messaging telling us that we are not beautiful, that we are not as good as we should be or could be. But I do feel that parents could learn so much. And as you spoke before, I agree so completely that this practice is for everyone. Absolutely. Because I think we all could use a little more positive self-talk to boost ourselves up a little bit and make us, feel a little better at the end of the day. And life is hard. But someone's telling you life is hard, but you're strong, and you walk around saying, I am strong, and I'm here for a reason, and I'm going to do it. Those are the things that really do change your attitude, your heart, your feeling. And frankly, honestly, scientifically, it really does change your hormones. It does physically do things to your body. So it's a wonderful practice, and I'm really thrilled that we were able to work together, and that we found you in this book, because I think it's spectacular.
I too am very, very honored that you found me, and that we've been able to cultivate a relationship to get this message out to the masses.
100%. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Edwina Cowell, and I'm the founding mom of Spiritual Playdate. If you like this video, please go to our website, spiritualplaydate.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel for notifications on upcoming videos, and thanks for watching.